Hello, everybody. This is Football Psyche, and I'm your host, Coach Moon Mike.
And it's me, good old Shaq, and I'm back.
All right, Shaq is back, and I will tell you, Lord Sarge is not going to be joining us this evening because he's got the JOB, and he's got to do that four-letter word called work. And so we'll maybe be missing him tonight, but I know he'll be watching the show. But tonight, we got a special show for you tonight. We are going to be talking about coaching changes from around the league, and we got good old Shaq here to tell us what the flip is going on with all these teams. So let's get right into it. The first one, wow, the Atlanta Falcons. We have Coach Kevin Stefanski as the new head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. One of the things that I find crazy is Matt Ryan. When I think of the modern day Atlanta Falcons, I always think of Matt Ryan, and he becomes the president of football operations, and they got a new OC, Tommy Rees. Tell us about it.
Now, I think Tommy Rees was a good hire. I really think Tommy Rees was that was a good pickup. Now, this Stefanski hire, absolutely not. I don't know why Tommy Rees is following him around the NFL. So Stefanski around the NFL, right? But no one understood this Stefanski hire. He was not a good coach in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely not. He was there 2 seasons too long, right? No, absolutely not. I don't understand this hire. I mean, you got Tomlin out there, Sean McDermott is out there, Mike McDaniels is out there, and Dayball is out there, and y'all go get Stefanski?
Yeah, and to me, this is one of my plush landing spots had I been up for a head coaching job out of all the ones that were out there. When I looked at the Atlanta Falcons, I was like, man, that job looks nice. And you go with it and you get Stefanski? Come on.
And now, so look, I'm gonna tell you why it looks so appetizing. Because they're nice core. They're nice core on offense. Their receivers are young. Kyle Pitts is young. Bijan Robinson is young. They got a third-year quarterback in Michael Penix coming back. Like they everything about this roster is young. The defense is young. So
they restructured Kirk Cousins' contract to get rid of him to clear up cap space too. So this thing had a lot of going on for him.
Yep.
All right, but that's it.
And then boom, Stefanski comes.
Stefanski gone. Well, new interesting news to me, which is shocking to me. Mike McDaniel is going to be the new OC for Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers. Like, he turned down head coaching interviews.
Yep.
For this job. Like, what is that about?
Well, he was having problems in Miami, substance abuse issues, so they say, and things like that. You can tell he was still he was tying one on the night before the game. You can look at him and tell maybe he's not ready for that full level of responsibility yet. Now, it's shocking that he went to the Chargers. There's some very, very appetizing jobs. Again, Mike McDaniel with Atlanta's weapons. You know what I'm saying? Mike McDaniel with the young core in Tennessee as the offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? There were some appetizing jobs. Philadelphia, you know what I'm saying? The Giants with all their young weapons. So there were some appetizing jobs out there. Why Detroit, especially Detroit? Detroit,
I think it had to do with that Miami Harbaugh connection. Maybe he got in on that crowd, and then and maybe this is one of those things where Jim was just like, "Come to work for me. Let's get things straight, and then you get you set up for your future opportunity." Maybe had something like that.
He could even took the head coach job in Arizona.
But maybe it was like what you said. Maybe he just needed time away from a head coaching job for a little bit, get his life straight.
Yeah. So that's why the Detroit job would have been that would have been in it because I know there's a lot of Detroit fans that's not going to agree with me, but this is Dan Campbell's last hurrah this year. It is.
Yeah. It is.
It is. And then I can see he could have been the OC up in Buffalo with all the weapons they have up there.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. So.
Well, the Tennessee Titans have a new coach, Robert Schlaw. So I'm like, what? Like, they went and got the 49ers defensive coordinator to be their head coach. Like, there were so many other options. Like, he must have crushed the interview.
Well, I'm going to say this about him. How did he even get back in after his horrific performance as the head coach in New York with the Jets? How did he even get back in the coaching cycle, the head coaching cycle? He should have took another year as a defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Probably should have left and came to Washington or something like that. You know, take another job as a defensive coordinator before doing this. Go somewhere where you prove yourself as a defensive coordinator. You was doing it out in the 49ers, but go somewhere like Cleveland. Go somewhere like as a defensive coordinator. Somewhere like Tennessee where you can be the defensive coordinator and prove yourself. How he got back in the coaching cycle, I don't understand. Head coach cycle, I don't understand.
All I know is that when they probably gave him that offer, he probably jumped on it in a heartbeat.
He did.
Because he probably that might have been the only team that was seriously looking at him.
Yeah. As a for a head coach job, yeah. He could have went to the Giants with Harbaugh. He could have went to Dallas. That's all Dallas need with that high power offense. That's all they need is a good defensive coordinator. If it went down there, Dallas would have been a problem next year.
Yeah, but you can't blame a dude for locking up a head coaching job. He got big money. It just makes you wonder about a guy like Mike McDaniel when when he turns up head coaching jobs, because it's a huge pay difference.
Yeah,
between a head coach and and a lot of guys, they want to run their own show anyway. But anyway,
he's not going to be there long.
Yeah, I don't see him being very long in Titans at all.
No.
So Miami Dolphins didn't waste any time. They got their new head coach. It's Jeff Hafley. Like what?
What?
I do like the John Eric Sullivan hire as general manager, but I see him looking for a new head coach very, very soon.
Very soon. Like what credentialing does this guy have? I don't. It's 3 coaching decisions that four so far that have happened that I don't understand. 5 because I don't understand the Mike McDaniels go on to the Chargers, but definitely Atlanta's hiring, Tennessee's hiring, this Dolphins hiring. And Mike McDaniel hiring. These things I don't understand.
These are so crazy. Like, there's no way anybody could predict these hiring moves.
Yep.
There's no way. Like I could run this like a March Madness board of where I think people are going. I would have not come up with any of these answers.
Or in the David Blau hiring. That's the 5. I don't get.
Yeah, and I don't get them at all. It's just like, what are you guys doing? Like, there's a reason why you're firing your head coach, and you're just setting yourself up as an organization to fire these coaches.
And what's crazy?
You're not getting better as an organization.
And my thing is, there are some defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators that are going to be in the coaching cycle. I'm surprised nobody said their names yet, like Steve Spagnuolo. He's going to be in the coaching cycle. Dayball name haven't came back up yet. You know what I'm saying? So Jonathan Gannon, his name haven't came up yet. There's some coaches, and then I think Mike Tomlin is going to sit this year out and focus on his family and stuff like that. So which is going to open the window for him to come to Washington.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. So then we have Joe Bezing becoming a new offensive coordinator at Detroit because they didn't get Blau. This was their plan B because apparently Blau was their plan A. I just don't understand it. Help me out. What
kind of offenses are they going to run? Same thing in Washington. What kind of offense are we going to run? I don't get it.
He was OC in Carolina, and that was success.
No, it wasn't.
No,
they were better off going out and get somebody like Chip Kelly. And you know what I'm saying? And then there's another offensive coordinator that nobody's talking about, Todd Monken.
Yeah.
Todd Monken is just kind of lingering out here. Hey.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
What? Here we go. This is the one that makes me cringe. John Harbaugh is going to the New York Giants, become their head coach. And I hate the fact that he's in the NFC East because he's going to do well, I think.
Yes, and this is going to be. I mean, you know how you go to some places, and it may take you a couple years to turn the organization around. No, they just didn't have the right coaching and stuff up there. Harbaugh with you know what I'm saying, a young dart, a Scatterbo, a dude caught on the defense anchoring it down. Hey, I'm telling you right now.
Malik Neighbors.
Yep, Malik Neighbors. Tracy in the back there toting the rock. And they're going to be all right up there.
They are going to be all right. And I see him sticking there for a while too. And that's going to be like a pain in the Commander's side. But oof.
Yep.
Which brings me to the Washington Commanders in our glorious hire of David Ball to be our offensive coordinator, like assistant quarterbacks coach, FOMO to make sure that we did not let our guy leave the building. Like, really?
And we should have been hard pressed to get Mike McDaniels in the building.
Hard pressed.
Hard pressed to get Mike McDaniels in the building. Or we should be after Todd Monken, because Todd Monken runs a pro style offense. You know what I'm saying? We would have seen more. We would have seen more of Jay Daniels under center instead of this air raid BS. So
yeah, or the read option.
Yep, or the read option. So
right. So yeah. So this one's a little bit harder to see, folks. So you might have to zoom in or put it on the big screen. But this is all the coaching candidates that are being interviewed for that Ravens job. And most of these are already done, and some of them are second interviews, right? So it's just like they are turning over every rock to find the new Ravens coach. And after all of these interviews, interviewing almost practically the entire field of those that are available, they haven't settled on anybody yet.
so it's going to be difficult to replace guys like Harbaugh and Tomlin. Like, you just can't go get a run of the mill guy, because again, remember we talked about Pittsburgh not having many coaches in the history of that team. So you're just not going to go out and get some guy that's just going to be there for like 2 or 3 years. You're looking for longevity, and it's the same thing in Baltimore.
Yeah, and I know why, because when I go down this entire list of guys, I'm not that thrilled about anybody on this list either.
I knew they was desperate when they was bringing Kingsbury in. I knew they was desperate.
Oh my gosh. And a few of these guys are off the board. Robert Saleh is off the board. Mike McDaniel now is off the board. Stefanski's off the board. So a lot of these guys are, there's quite a few of these guys are off the board. So like, it's getting like not really, it doesn't look really good. No. I mean, are you really going to go with Bill's offensive coordinator, Joe Brady? Are you really going to go with Anthony Weaver, the old Dolphins defensive coordinator?
Well, Sean McDermott's on the table now.
That's true. Sean McDermott's
on the table now.
But like, they haven't interviewed him yet. They haven't requested for an interview yet. So maybe they need to go make that happen if you're not real super happy about any of these guys.
Yep. And then there's a name that I haven't popped up on anybody's radar, but people have been talking about him highly, like they've been talking about Blow gotta go. But Ken Dorsey is another one.
Yeah.
Is another one. So
here's what the Buffalo Bills, their head coaching search. They've been kind of at it a little bit. It's just interesting. Like, they've requested all of these guys to interview. They haven't conducted any interviews to my knowledge. They've requested interviews, but they haven't actually been conducted. I don't know what they're doing up in Buffalo.
I can tell you right now, if they pull Anthony Lynn from us, that's going to be worse for David Blau. Because Anthony has experience as an offensive minded coach. You know what I'm saying? He has experience as a head coach. He's going to be there. He's going to be the bug in David Blau's ear. Him and Brian Johnson.
The thing is, I actually think, like, him along with like Brian Johnson, the rest of those, like, when you're not even considered for a job and you get an assistant quarterbacks guy who becomes your coordinator, you weren't even afforded the opportunity to interview, you're going to look elsewhere for jobs.
Yeah.
Right. And so if Buffalo says, hey, listen, we want to bring you in for a head coaching interview, you take that interview.
Yeah.
You take that interview.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not real happy about anybody on this list, maybe DeBall, but like, who ends up in Buffalo? Like,
he's going to go from one New York team to another.
That's it. He's going to. And yeah. So, all right, Cleveland Browns continue with their search. Mike McDaniel was somebody that they were looking at, but of course he withdrew from his consideration to secure the Chargers job. Quite a few second interviews. So they clearly are second interviewing, and Todd Monken's on that list.
Yep, Monken's on the list. Yep.
And so if I was to guess who it might be today, it might be Monken, but we'll see what happens there. Jim Schwartz, being their defensive coordinator interviewing for the head coaching job, he's got the inside track in the building, but that doesn't necessarily mean he gets the job, right?
Yeah.
So,
yep.
And then we come to the Raiders, and the Raiders are all over the place. I
can tell you right now, the Raiders need a complete rebuild of that franchise from top to bottom. I don't I don't understand what they thought Pete Carroll was gonna come in there and do with one season. That team don't have no culture. They've never had a history of winning. You know what I'm saying? You got your players with off-field problems. There was never anything that they said, okay, Pete Carroll, come in here and fix this.
I'll tell you why. It's because you can't have a bunch of young men in Vegas.
Yeah.
It don't work.
No.
You better take your butt back to Oakland is what you need to do and get out of Vegas because Vegas is, I mean, you might like the market there, but it's a transient market.
Yep.
It's not like a stable market, right? Like you have a solid, stable fan base. You got a transit fan base.
Well, so this is the thing with this is why they won't go back to Oakland. I'm gonna tell you why they won't go back to Oakland. Oakland is a crumbling economy. All the businesses are leaving. In-N-Out just left. All the In-N-Outs just left there. The McDonald's are closing down in there. All the Walmarts are leaving there. All the industry jobs are leaving there. So they was like, well, this Oakland's economy is failing. It is failing.
They used to be in St. Louis too.
Yeah.
Go back to St. Louis, but like I don't like Vegas for an NFL team just because I wouldn't want to own one there myself because I'm thinking about like how do I keep my players under control?
Yeah. Well,
and the reason why they struggle, I guarantee, is because they're in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that point. But going back to Oakland is definitely a no-go because they like literally everybody is leaving. Like all the big car building companies, everybody is leaving.
Well, that's California's failing as a state.
That's failing as a state. So
everybody as a state.
Yeah, so everybody's leaving. So why stay there with a fickle fan base that can't even afford to come to the games?
Well, then I would say St. Louis.
Yeah.
Wide open, man.
Wide open.
Wide open. All right. So then that brings us to the very, very coveted Pittsburgh, but probably extraordinarily stressful head coaching job position. How do you see this one going down?
Well, one, they can't find a young, they head coach can't be a young guy. We know this. When Mike Tomlin took the job, he was a younger guy. When Cowherd took the job, he was a younger guy, right? But they had enough experience. They had enough football knowledge and know-how to know what to do with a solid football team. A solid football. Pittsburgh is one of the most. If you can name three teams in the NFL right now, that's American team, it would be the Cowboys, the Patriots, and the Steelers. These are American teams. Right. So you just can't go in there with half cock.
Yeah, and I know the Steelers owner historically, when he hires somebody, he wants to hold on to them forever.
Yes.
And everybody who's had that job, like they've held it for like 15 plus years.
Yep.
Under his watch, right? So Arthur Rooney is just like, when I find a guy, I stick by him. I will never forget when I watched his interview and he said, I don't get rid of coaches because coaches during a bad season, they just don't wake up one morning and forget how to coach.
Yeah.
He goes, it's usually a lot of contributing factors. So he's loyal. He's a very, very loyal owner. He sticks by coaches a very, very long time. So it's a coveted job because like if you get that job, you're just like, man, I might have this job 15, 18 years.
So now here's my only issue. Again, like you see, I named three pretty good franchises with long traditions of winning, right? These are American teams. And I hate to say it, the Steelers haven't had a losing season in 18, 19 years, right?
Right.
But they're never going to see the promised lands of the Super Bowl again until there's an ownership change. Like same thing with what I say about Dallas. I don't want to see the man Jerry Jones pass away, but he needs to get out the way, right? And Dallas is not the organization.
It's a monarchy in Dallas, so Jerry Jones ain't leaving until he's dying.
He's dying, yep. So
Arthur Rooney, he might be the same way because he's also an ambassadorship kind of role, kind of thing.
Yep.
I think what Pittsburgh needs is just a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like who's their next generation quarterback? Like, the Ben Roethlisberger's days have long been past. Like, and they really haven't settled on their guys since then. They went through Fields, they went through
Russell Wilson, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
You name it.
And then now Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
Like, come on, they're like desperate need of just finding their new guy, right? Whoever that's going to be, right?
Now, interesting enough, right? we were talking about trading back for picks. They would be interested in trading up to number 7 to get their quarterback. Now, I know you're seeing in the newest mock drafts, they got Ruben Bain falling to us because DJ Moore staying in college out of Oregon.
That's right.
He's staying in college. So they got Ruben Bain, defensive end falling to us, which is a great thing, right? So, but again, we can still get a defensive end later in the draft. I think Pittsburgh would be willing to trade up somewhere in the top 10 so they can find their guy.
Yeah, but who would be their guy? Who would be the next quarterback on the board? We talked about like Ty out of Alabama, but like, come on,
they got
not a top 10 pick. Come on,
no, he gonna be around like at number 20. I don't think there are any top tier quarterbacks coming out in this draft. I said this before.
Yeah, outside of Mendoza, who's going to clearly go number 1. Outside of that, you don't have another guy that's in the top 10.
Yeah.
So who would reach up to number 7 unless they absolutely got scared somebody else was going to jump up and get somebody? And they do that for quarterbacks, but this isn't the quarterback class that does that.
No, yeah, not at all. I mean, there's some good quarterbacks in it, but like top tier elite talent. And I told you, I said this before too. Fernando Mendoza is not going to have a good NFL quarterback. Career. He's not.
Yeah, he didn't look that sharp in the championship game.
No.
And when you think the NFL comes along, I mean, you're going to compound. Like you saw the championship game, it's going to be a little rough at times.
There are guys you can look at and like, oh, this dude's going to be good. Joe Burrow. I was like, Joe Burrow's going to be ice cold in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence, this guy's going to be good in the NFL. Dudes like Tua, I'm like, Tua is not going to have a good career. Like, he's going to be okay, middle of the pack. Jalen Hurts is going to be middle of the pack. Like, you can look and see who the top tier guys are going to be.
Right. So, interesting. So, brings us to the Dallas Cowboys and their defensive coordinator search. They've completed a couple interviews, and requested a few more, scheduled one. Like, I don't know if they do it. Like, I think they want Gannon. I'm not sure if they're going to land him or not, because Gannon's going to probably have some shots at some head coaching jobs, but we'll see.
I'm gonna tell you right now, as the defensive coordinator, that's the throat we should be at right now. Jonathan Gannon. Now, if they land just like last year when we were talking in the offseason, if they land Jonathan Gannon with Harbaugh going to New York and Jonathan Gannon joining that Cowboys defense down there, where the offense is already number 1 in the league, and making that defense better, everybody's going to be improving in the NFC East except for the Commanders.
That's true.
Again.
So one to watch here. I hope Gannon does not go there. I'd rather Gannon come to Washington, but we'll see what happens there. So then that brings us to Green Bay. They are not doing a lot to try to fill their defensive coordinator thing. They've scheduled Gannon. They've requested Durante Jones.
Yep.
That's it in their defensive coordinator search so far. So they're probably a little slow get going.
So you again, there are names on here that I'm surprised they're not been like a Steve Spagnuolo. Like he was supposed to be one of the head candidates in this coaching cycle.
Nobody's talking to anybody, at all. Like what do they know
that we don't know? Yeah.
That open source does not know.
Yep.
Like it just, it's weird. Did he tell everybody, hey, listen, I want to take a gap here, don't call me? Or what did he say?
And then again, being on an Andy Reid team, right? I'm starting to feel like that people look at this team and feel like it's all Andy Reid. Because when Eric Bieniemy left, he ain't even a college coach right now. He came to the Commanders, stunk it up, right? Went to college, was an offensive coordinator, got fired halfway through the season. So, stunk it up. So,
Now, breaking news, talking about Eric Bieniemy. He is now expected to be hired back with the Kansas City Chiefs to be their offensive coordinator. That's insane to me.
Why would they do that?
They're looking at bringing him back.
If they do bring Eric Bieniemy back, I think this is a Rooney Rule thing right here going on. Because if they bring Eric Bieniemy back, Andy Reid gonna be calling all the plays.
That's it. Like you can't trust that guy to call a play.
No, I mean he came here and I was like, man, what they brought Eric Bieniemy here? The players complaining about him. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. He goes to college and didn't last no time at all in college.
I tell you, we'll give him Allegretti back too. You can take Allegretti back with you.
Yep. Yeah, like come on, man.
But that's news, man. They are expecting to hire. This is not an interview request. They're expecting to hire Eric Bieniemy to be their offensive coordinator. So that is breaking news. I'm shocked by that.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a senior moment by our great head coach over there, but like, really, dude?
Yeah,
like, you're gonna hire him to be your offensive coordinator, really?
I thought that he was going to be the Commanders' next head coach. I'm like, no, wait a minute.
And that brings the defensive coordinator jobs of the Jets. They've completed their entire cycle of interviews. Everybody that you see on this list, but they have not decided on who they're going to go with yet. Maybe again, they're just like waiting for somebody else. They have names on here that I'd never even heard of before. I've never heard of Jim O'Neill. I've never heard of Wink Martindale.
No. Yeah. Wink Martindale, yeah. He was with the Bears. He's had a bunch of
yeah, no, but he left for college, went to Michigan, and I thought like when he went to Michigan, like I thought, if Jim went and bring him to the Chargers, like he wasn't coming back to the NFL.
Yeah,
but they're looking at him, right?
Well, I'm gonna say Wink is trying to leave Michigan because Michigan is in dismay right now. Head coach get fired, all that stuff like this. It's chaos up there.
And how did Ephraim Banda show up on like everybody's list? I don't understand that one.
I don't know.
Ugh.
I have no idea.
And how do you get Matthew Arujo, the Dolphins corners backs coach, and you're actually considering him for a defensive coordinator job? The Dolphins cornerbacks coach? No, come on. It's just interesting. Maybe that's the reason why a hire hasn't happened yet. But it's not like they're not interviewing dudes.
And I believe Aaron Glenn is going to choose right. Yeah.
Say again?
I believe Aaron Glenn is going to choose right.
Yep. And here's the Eagles with their offensive coordinator thing. If they get Brian DeBall, that's just going to piss me off because that'll be all three teams in the division that just look stronger than the Commanders do.
If they get Matt Nagy,
yeah. So apparently they're waiting to talk to both Jim Bob Cooter as well as Brian DeBall before they make their decision. But those are the three candidates that they're looking at.
Yeah. Oh, Jim Bob Cooter.
And then that brings us to the offensive coordinator thing down in Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa's in desperate need of an offensive coordinator because again, their offense is powerhouse offense. Defense, Todd Bowles got the defense down there playing, so it's just the offense was coming up short. Now, and we can't blame everything on Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay. Can't.
You cannot. But I will tell you that they've completed every interview of all their candidates. They just haven't decided. Mike McDaniel, of course, is off this list now.
Yep.
So you can go ahead and scratch him. Todd Monken, how come he hasn't actually signed with somebody yet? Don't know. Maybe he's still considering a head coaching job somewhere.
He waiting for the playoffs there because the firings aren't done yet.
Yeah, you might be right. The firings aren't done yet, and usually guys that make it this far, they don't get fired. But stranger things happen in the NFL.
Yeah, I would say it's happened before. Team losing the national championship. in the conference championship, and then boom, they get fired. This happened before here in recent years.
Yeah, it's always weird to me. Like you took your team all the way to the conference championship game, and all of a sudden that they want to fire you. You're just like, man, how good do you have to be?
Yeah, for real.
And usually teams who do that, they don't necessarily improve.
No.
All right, and then our defensive coordinator things, like we've completed interviews on Joe Cullen and we've completed interview on Jonathan Gannon, but we have not determined in Washington who we're going to go with yet. Maybe we're also looking at maybe opening this aperture a little bit, but I haven't heard any buzz or news on who else we might consider.
Yeah, me neither. That's
Uh,
it. And Jonathan Gannon should be our guy.
he should be. They haven't put ink to paper yet, so. But anyway, I wanted to show you this because I ran across this thing from way back in the Super Bowl when they called this the Harbaugh Bowl. And if you remember the Harbaugh Bowl, third quarter, 49ers had all the momentum. All of a sudden, they had that mysterious blackout in New Orleans.
That's right. I
And then they
remember
come
that.
back from the blackout, and then the 49ers were cold, and the Ravens went on to win it.
They replaced all their players with clones.
But what I find very, very interesting when I look at old photos like this is, what happens to people later on, right? Like, look at what divisions these guys play for, right? Like, and what conference that they're in. Like, Jim Harbaugh was in the AFC. I mean, John Harbaugh was in the AFC with the Ravens, and now he's going to be in the NFC with the Giants.
Yep.
Jim Harbaugh back in the day when he was with the 49ers, left from Michigan, came back, and now he's with the Chargers, and he's in the AFC when he was in the NFC. So they both changed conferences. Now, I don't see a Harbaugh Bowl 2.0 happening because I don't see the Giants getting there against the Chargers anytime soon. But
Chargers definitely have it in them.
yeah, they got it in them.
They got it in them.
It's going to be a while before the Giants get there, but I just find this picture interesting from that perspective. Both coaches changing conferences and be head coaching different teams, and could still go head to head. So very, very interesting picture. But anyway, that's our show. Thank you so much, good old Shat. I appreciate your expert analysis and running down all these coaching moves. We will definitely keep track of this crazy hiring cycle that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Me neither.
But we're going to get it going, everybody. Well, this is Football Psyche, baby. Keep on watching, and we'll keep on presenting to you. We're out of here.
We're out of here.
Peace.